What's up, everybody? Welcome to MyDunnLife. This is where I take you on my adventures on two wheels or four. I'm out on the bike 2011 CVO Ultra, affectionately now known as Valhalla. Insert video of a song that has definitely creeped up in my repertoire here lately. Been playing it a lot. So it's called Valhalla Calling Me, and it is a song that is somewhat based off a video game and sung by a trio of YouTube singers. And they're all kind of like bass singers. It's a pretty cool song. I'll leave a link in the description below. Spring is upon us, and most of us have parked the bikes for several months, and so we're all out getting the first rides in the season. And I have been working on this bike on and off for the past few weeks since actually purchasing the bike, and been doing a lot of modifications, a lot of little things, but those little things obviously add up. We're going to talk about what I've done, what I haven't done yet, what it is about to happen, and I'll talk about my decisions on some of the things I have upgraded on this bike. Let's get this bike parked in the parking lot, and then we will go over what I have done to this motorcycle. Right now, we're just cruising through my local neighborhood. We're going to stop right over here at the middle school, and we're going to do some parking lot practice, which will be coming in a later video. I have actually a challenge that was performed to me, but this video is talking about some of the things that I have done to this motorcycle. And all right. Man, this thing is hard to get on and off, I'm gonna tell you. All right, everybody, here is more better shots of the now called Valhalla. And as you can see, it is a 2011 Ultra CVO. If you didn't already know, I'm sure I've mentioned it many times. You can see that it has lots of graphics, and it's hard to see in the video, but this has a kind of almost like a purple metallic pretty much everywhere in this paint. It's not a perfect paint. It's got some blemishes. It's got a few nicks and scratches. I'm not too concerned. Well, I am, but I'm not. I have been working on this bike pretty much since I bought it. I've been just adding a lot of little stuff. One of the things that sticks out, I'm sure, I have my logo on the bags. And you see this bike has the Screaming Eagle 110 cubic inch motor. You see it in all its glory. It looks great. All right, let's talk about some of the things that I have done. Let's start here, right here in the front. You can see right away I have changed these out to LED. These are available on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. This is not a sponsored video by any means. These are the same headlights that Corey, aka Saddle Tramp, put on his Ultra, and I figured they were good enough for him, good enough for me. They were definitely a good price, little right around $100. Now, as you can see from the turn signals, now I don't know if it was stock this way, but these had smoked lenses on them, and so I don't know if that is a stock thing with the CVO. I don't believe it is, but I left them on and just switched out and added the LED turn signals that actually were on the Dyna. And I kind of felt like with what I'd done to the Dyna, I had one set of these that was totally unused. The other set, because I had switched to a taillight with a built-in turn signal, because I had to, I just went ahead and put regular bulbs in the Dyna and put these on the bike. I did go through and flush all the brake fluid, the clutch fluid. I did a 3-hole oil change, did Screaming Eagle plugs, Screaming Eagle wires. These wires were actually kind of a pain in the ass to do. I don't know if you can properly see them or not. They're black with the orange logo. So I did do, I bought the Kiriakin heel toe shift eliminator. I hated the heel toe shifter. Mr. McStash and Red Glide Andy have tried very hard to get me to just to kind of learn to use it, and I hated it, so I did switch it out. Let's see. Been having a little trouble with the radio. It works sometimes, and then sometimes it doesn't want to work. I thought it was this switch, which was a little crunchy. I did replace it, but it's still acting kind of wonky. It's better, but it's not fixed. Coming around to the back, I swapped these out. These are shorty antennas. These are also available on Amazon. Leave a link in the description. And then in the back, I added the Eagle Eye tail light with the flasher. I originally actually had this on the Dyna and loved it, but when I had the whole turn signal wiring issue, I ultimately decided I just had to go to the all-in-one and replaced it. Actually, I sold my original one to Mr. McStash because he absolutely loved it. He's like, man, that thing is super bright. It does like a 3 flash and then solid. And then again, the turn signals are on there. And added some Ciro 3D cup holders front and rear for me and the wife, so we got a place to put our cups. And then other than that, you know, like I said, just basic maintenance. Air filter, like I said, changed all the fluids. The brake pads were good. Now I am going to talk about tires just a little bit. So I don't know if you can properly see this or not. These tires are a little cracked. They are about 10 years old. These are a set of Metzler's Marathon Ultras. Typically a pretty good tire. The front one is actually much better than the rear one, but like I said, they're both about 10 years old. So I already bought a set of new tires, and I'll be having those put on here in about a week or so. So that's why I haven't really rode this too awful much, because obviously I'm a little concerned about the rubber. And I really went round and round. You see Marathon Ultra on front and the rear. I really went round and round trying to figure out what kind of tire I wanted to go with. Both Jason, Mr. McStash, and Andy, Road Glide Andy, have recommended for me to kind of go for the American Elites, and those have great reviews. But just for the tires would have been over $700. I was also looking at Michelin Commander 2s, Michelin Commander 3s, because I do have the 3s on the Dyna and really like those. But again, for some reason the price has gone through the roof. Metzler tires, for some reason, used to be a really great, less expensive brand. They're now just as expensive as the Michelins, the American Elites, all the other all the big brands. Did not want to go factory with Dunlops. Again, they would have been almost the same price as like the Michelins and the American Elites. So yeah, what I ultimately decided was to go with the Shinko 777s, and a lot of people, there's some love and some hate with the Shinko 777s, and you know, but the thing for me was $300 out the door, not installed obviously, but just out the door. They were going to be they were $300 out the door. If I can get 10,000 miles out of them, I think I've pretty well broke even having another set put on in the future. So really going to let you know how much I do or don't like it. And even Jason said, he's like, man, he's like, yeah, they're cheap and they're sticky. He said, but for the miles that I do, I would wear a couple of sets a season. And he's right, he would. I don't know that I'm going to put as many miles as he does on his bike on this one, but like I said, if I can get a couple of good riding seasons out of them, I'll be satisfied with my purchase. But I'll keep letting you know. I'll let you know how I feel about them, how they compare versus these old, you know, Metzlers. But that's the bike. That's the mods. I've pretty much about as done as I'm going to be with this. I am possibly looking at upgrading the handlebars. These are 7.5 tall with a 12-inch pullback. I don't like this pullback. They're not really tall enough. I'm kind of hunched over a little bit. I'd really love to upgrade these. 12 would be my preferred height, but if I don't want to go through extending the wires, extending the brakes, extending the clutch, 10 is probably as tall as I can go from what I have gathered from the internet. And so I will I'll let you know what I ultimately decide. I may not do it right now. It may be something that comes later down the line, but I got a couple things I'm looking at. We'll see what happens there. But yep, that is my 2011 Ultra CVO. Tell me what you think. Did I make a good purchase? Do you think it's worth it? I really hope I get plenty of miles down the road on this bike. I am trying to, like I said, catch up any possible maintenance that could be out there. And let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything you think I should have done differently, or if there's a product you recommend better. Let me know down in the comments below. Have a great day, have a great week. Ride safe and ride often. We'll catch you in the next video. Later.